Hello YouTube and welcome to I think I said this before, to the series where I'm making dr.wolf's model just to show like how much work goes into one. Um, I have a reference image thanks to Lightning Bliss who drew it. I have a weird way of putting the image into the program itself by just, let's put this in there, creating a flat plane where it sits on there and then sort of scale it so it's just about the size I want it to be, and then just sort of go from there. And what I started doing in the beginning is to actually save it. What you call it? To like actually save it here already, Dr. Wolf. Just so that the Control S is a thing I can do. For now though, I want that separately from the rest. Trying to place it centered. You go away for a bit. Like symmetry is a thing. The only thing I have to pay attention to is the watch, but that's future talk. Set and double side phases, so it's the same from any part you look at it. Okay, let's see. Let me grab. Since, if I'm correct, Dr. Wolf is about the same size as Lightning Bliss. No, not her. Lightning Bliss. So I'm just going to insert everything to get like the full model in here. It looks like shit without anything on it. But I can sort of use this as a reference to scale Dr. Wolf to a decent size. And now for me it's easy just to wait. I forgot that one. Delete. Yep. So now she's gone and I have to recenter his face. There is one minor problem is a big word. I usually use the side reference to make the head from, and I cannot do it that well with this one, so I am gonna try. Let's see. Double-sided faces again, same reason as the previous. I have a lazy way of making sure it's centered. Oh. Oops. I selected the wrong thing. Oh well. Like, pretty much setting this up always takes a bit of time, but it is worth it in the long run. Like, even though this ref isn't like 100% of what I need, it's still useful. I think I made him just a tad too small. Sort of like that. Yeah, I think I can work with this. So I can merge these two back together. And that's pretty much how I set up, at least for the start of the whole thing. Do need to remove all these. And I sort of want to... yeah, where are my files? I want that one and that one. Oh, and I want... I'm selecting some files from her side, and I'm also using the same texture files for some things. Matte, shine, goggle isn't needed. Control C, Dr. Wolf, Control V. Oh, I forgot. I had this folder open here. Edit GIMP. Edit here as well. What I pretty much do is take a color sample. Since like there is a problem, or at least problem, there is a thing with white models. They don't really show up that good at like full gray backgrounds or full white backgrounds. So since like the most of the model is purely white, although there's some gray in here, which I'm going to have a corner of, like literally a corner. But I can use this to make his body and his base, and then we'll start doing like the actual texture edits from there. And then from here it's just pretty much drag and drop. So we got a new material, new object, and now the fun starts. At least people think it's fun. Let's set that to show. Like now, everything shows, but I do have to take an artistic liberty. Like I think I'm going to follow his mouth from there and then all the way to about here. Yeah, that works. Let them be a little bit offset, and also set this to mirror, and for the future set this to smooth out itself. I'm using a ton of different tools at the same time, so if I'm going too fast, like you can always slow down the video, since YouTube has that option, which is really handy. I'm pretty much using the create, I'm using the pull tool just now, I'm using the move and scale. I use everything, pretty much. Let's see, this one goes there, this one goes a bit down as well. I'm trying to create the top lip of his mouth, pretty much. Let's add a line in here. Like that. Control A, Control C, Control V. So just pretty much copy the exact same thing. But we're only going to connect these two. But this is pretty much your corner of your mouth. This may be easier to show if I do this once. Using the pull tool to get a bait starting. With this, I always try to get like the dots to align perfectly everywhere, since it does sort of help in a later stage with making the expressions. Like for this episode, I would purely want to try to focus on making his head, or at least like a base of his head working with like the eyes and such. And in the next episode, I will make make the body, since I usually keep the expressions and everything else like that belongs to the head for like the last thing to do. Because if you do them when you're not fully done with the head yet, since I found out that like a lot of times I always edit the head later on in the or at least like I always edit the head just a little bit later when I'm actually done with it. Since there's maybe one thing that bothers me or stuff like that. Everybody has that. Let's see. It's mirrored. I can remove this for now. Object freeze. Not patch, only mirror. So pretty much you get the same thing what you just made. There are two ways to doing this. I'm going to do the slightly longer version of it. I'm pretty much going to connect this one, and that one, and that one, and that one. And also connecting that one, that one, that one, and that one. Then I'm using the cut tool to make a cut exactly center, which looks a bit weird. I select the left half, delete that again, and turn the mirror back on. Since now anything I do here is also mirrored on this side. It's cheating to the max, pretty much. But it takes away a lot of time, and I don't know. It usually, if you're an OCD fan, you'll love it. And now I'm pretty much I don't know how to explain. Like I'm trying to explain everything I do, but there are like some things that I've done so many times that I skipped explaining, and I think I made his mouth too long, but I can, or at least like his mouth too big, but I can always cut join one to make it fit better. Like there's multiple ways of doing what I'm doing right now. I'm doing the manual way since it tends to look a bit better. Since I'm trying to create this, pretty much a mouth line. I think it's still a bit too flat, but I can always edit that. Let's see if I turn on my reference point. Like the image is there for a reason. Like I'm using, I really love that she added the smile. I'm using this to get like the mouth corners in place. And then just from there, start smoothing it out until it looks like a muzzle. And sort of like that. But this is like the manual way, and it takes a bit longer, but to me, I do tend to like the end results better when I do it manually instead of doing it the other way, which I will be showing in a short second when I get this in place. I'm going to do Control A just to copy it. Yeah, version B. Let me Control Z all the way to this point. The faster version is pretty much using the lattice tool, make it fit, so you get this. It's optional, but you can. Oh, it doesn't allow me to rotate. Usually it allows me to rotate. For some reason now it doesn't. Let me try it, like make it bigger. Nope, doesn't allow me. Line. Don't even know what that is. Oh god, damn it. Fit, rotate. Okay, usually it allows me to rotate, but for some reason it doesn't. With the lattice tool, it's really easy. You can get just about the same effect, but it just works a bit different. The lattice pretty much pulls everything out for you. Like, you can pretty much see what I just did until this dot, it all moved along. And I can select this one and pretty much do the exact same thing to it. And then select the second one. Like, it's a bit of a quicker version to get a base shape there, but I usually don't like the end result. And I have a vest on, and I need to put that out off. It's too hot. Like, I will speed up some parts, or at least I'm planning to speed up some parts. But just for now to compare, I copy pasted the original and the secondary version. Like, there's not that much of a difference between them, but it's just more work. The lattice is a lazy way to pretty much get you ahead a bit, but there's still like a ton you have to edit. So, and it's about the same work you have to do if you do it manually. So I usually pick the route where I just take like the quicker version, or at least what I find working perfectly. And I'm going to put this down for now, since it's not really needed. To get like the rest of the head, I went past it. I'm going to click root, and I'm pretty much selecting the lower jaw first. I'm using the pull tool then. I'm going to scale it flat. And I'm sort of like, the thick outline, I'm sort of skipping that. At least, like, this 3D model, I can take some creative liberties. Like that. And sort of shape it, and then use the cut tool to add another line to it. Then you'll notice that I'm going to use the freezing tool a ton. Like that. And what I usually do is just connect this to the other side. I'm forgetting one. And this front one is usually annoying. So what I then do, I just select all three of them. Like that. And then we go back to deleting that end again. And then mirroring it again. I think I said it before, but you'll notice how many times I like undo and redo, or at least how many times I remove the freezing and the yeah, pretty much what I just did. How many times I will repeat doing that. Yeah, I'm going to close one dot. Rectangle, select these two. Like, I pretty much, the mouth corner used to be here. I just moved it this way, because we will get into a problem with the eyes later, since those also need a location to sit at. Oh wait, those are not. Okay, never mind. Said nothing. I forgot. Thought these were the eyes. Thought it's the glasses. Whoops. Stupid. Yes. For this end, it's pretty much the same as the bottom. Only, like, usually, like, I find it looking weird with a large top muzzle. Let me just get it to a point where it's easy to explain. And again, this is a ton of using the two tools to get everything done. Selecting, selecting, deselecting, and reselecting. It's a bitch. It's one of the reasons why this is really time consuming. Freeze it again, just the side by side. And then it's the fun part again of connecting this all, and I forgot to cut this. So yeah, that's I can fix it. Erase, erase. Although it doesn't really matter in the long run, but so I can still fix it. The edge tool allows you to add like another line to it. So instead of them connecting to this dot, they're now connected to themselves. And again, remove this, set it back to freezing. Oh, and I've okay, yeah. Like I forgot to check if I was on the right material. And UV mapping, it isn't really needed right now, but I usually just put the color on the color on it just to sort of see, like a sort of visualizing moment that you can see like how it's going. It's not really needed, but it I don't know. It makes it look more it makes it look more a tad more finished. But here, wait a minute. Let me remove this. Control A. It's a Control W. Like you can see, I'm a bit too flat, I think. Like there are multiple ways to do the same thing. Mirror. Are these still joined? Yep. I'm going back to the lattice. Oh wait. Control A. Wrong language. Rotate. Yes, now it wants to rotate for some reason. Like that. Fit. Like in this way, or at least in this way, I can also edit the muzzle a bit. Like I don't want to touch the hind one, or at least like the last ring, since that one is on point. But it's really like the muzzle is a tad deformed. And I'm just trying to get it to look a tad more round, I think. Keep in mind, I'm editing this like 5 times before I get to the final version. Again, it must sound a bit, yeah, whatchamacallit. I'm repeating myself a bit. This is, by the way, what I just did is another way. Instead of the knife tool, you can also use the edge tool to create pretty much the exact same thing. It's a faster way. At least, like, it's not faster, it's a tad easier. So remove the other end again. Trying to gracefully edit this. Or I'm like if I'm not sure if I can speed the video up, but if I can't, like I will, there will be like some skips in the process from time to time. And also I need like frequent breaks because of my wrist. And I've been getting like a ton of requests of people wanting their OC to dance to videos. And I think I've said this once or twice to people already. There is a limited amount of motion that works on the pony models, and I've already shown like a few people that. But the problem more is that like I started this project as a bit of a board, maybe hard to say, but I started this as a boredom project. It started with Tyndega that I was like during the stream. I was like, oh, I think I could make this model. And then eventually I did make his model, and a lot of people liked it, and I make it dance to Talk Dirty. It was also really fun to see. And I think this looks off. 1 minute. That's better. You can sort of see, by the way, that I have a jaw now. But like I started this as a boredom project, and I'm pretty much still doing it because eventually I swapped to doing models that I was really interested in doing. So like models like Silver Quill, like Lightning Blister model was really fun to do. It was Sketchy the Changeling was also a fun one. It was also, till now, he holds the award for the hardest model out of them all. And I think Dr. Wolf, his model, is going to join him in that. Also, if you get this, 2 tries, then go to Edge, erase, and remove it. Trust me, in the end, it's like the wait a minute, the smoothing tool that I'm using, which is pretty much what you see right now, it fills it up way better. Like now you get like 1, 2, like it's creating 3 squares, a total of 6 squares in this whole thing, and if you do it with the Edge tool, it only creates 4 new squares in there. It looks a bit better. Let's see. Dr. Wolf did had, or at least his reference has like this upline. I can do that texture wise, but I think actually a dog thing. It's stupid that I haven't made this. This is also the downside if you move this to the right. It disconnects from itself. What I could do, is to add a line like that. Pull this upwards and inwards. Wait a minute, no, that's not gonna work. Leave that as this. Like I'm trying to get like these, the split lip to sort of work. Like it will be something that that you don't see that much of, but yeah. And by the way, think that I forgot to leave room for the nose. It actually goes far more up. Wait a minute. Let's go back to before I did that. Like I haven't made that many dog models, at least like of this case wolf models yet. So if you're watching this, don't copy like exactly what I'm doing. First, get like an idea for the program, and also keep in mind I'm a human, or human, but I'm only human. I make mistakes as well. Let's see. No, that doesn't help. Like I'm trying to, yes. Yeah, I tried to close this. Also, this is a bit messy. I might come back to this later. Yeah. Can leave that for now. Again, using the second of the open subdivide and then mirror selected. Eyes are really easy. I have a bit of a cheat on doing them. I pretty much grab a circle or a cylinder, or technically what is this? This is a cylinder, this is a tube, I think. Don't care. Set it to 16. Sorry. Small model sets 12. Create. And then I remove the bottom half, so I only have this. Then, I'm gonna turn on my reference. It's a tad too big, but it doesn't really matter for now. I pretty much shrink this to the eye size, and then sort of start playing with the border by placing this pretty much all around the eye reference that you have, or if you don't know, just pick an eye size. You can pretty much deform the circle in whatever way you think is needed. I'm trying to get like the I think it's called an almond or something. So there's a shape, there's a name for this shape, but it slips my mind. like that. Trying to keep the lines spaced out almost exactly the same. Again, this will help you. This helps you later with the whole process. And in this case, I'm going to use the lettuce again without any special things put towards it. I do hope that I can rotate it back to its natural position. Take some fidgeting. Fit. Wait a minute. 1, modify. I'm going to try, since like the ref isn't like 100% fully on the side or on the front, whatever you want to call it. Since I think I made a minor mistake. This looks weird. Sorry. Having fun here. Yeah, the front one is a bit lower than the back one, and in this case I'm going to pick the side one, move it a bit downwards, since I've pretty much made the mouth and the eyes on the level of the front ref, from the side ref. So again, human, I make mistakes. And this is pretty much your eye shape, although I'm not fully liking it, so I'm going to edit it just ever so slightly. And I think I'll edit this like 40 times already. Now we're going to do the magic that a lot of people ask me how I do this. I pretty much grab the pull tool, you shift to pull it backwards, then, well, pretty much that's like pretty much all. It's the biggest part of the eye. Oop, god damn it. Use the pull tool to get it backwards, then use the whatever you call it, the skill tool to make it flat. Add a line halfway, and in some cases I like to add another line here because UV matters. Then I select the knife line we made, make it just ever so slightly bigger, and sort of move it behind the rest of the eye. Add another line here. Join that. Since it's, I think this is what they call an eye cave. It has a name, I just don't know it. Also make sure that they don't connect, that they don't go through each other, since then it means you can see the other eye through the other one. Pretty much like that. And it looks a tad weird. And I actually think how many times I'm going to say actually? And I think I have to move these just ever so slightly forward. And I think you can see this next part coming. We're going to connect the eye socket to the mouth itself. Again, this is I'm pretty much a self-taught modeler. If I'm doing something wrong, in the case like of some 3D model rules that I'm completely overshadowing, or not overshadowing, that I'm loudly ignoring, I don't know. There may be better ways to do this, but this is the way that I know how to do stuff, and, well, I usually continue doing it as the way I know it. How am I? In this case, maybe the freeze tool. Connect the other side. This is looking almost alien-like. Oop, got it. And I will try to put this in like 30-minute episodes. But at least trying to, like, I will do some work on the models in between the frames, but I will try to sort of skip the hardest parts, or the things that people usually ask me questions about on how to do. And this is the downside, that the side reference isn't a fully like 100% side. It's like, I think it's a 3/4, whatever you call it in animation or drawing language. There's a word for it again. I don't know. So let's connect these ones. I think to that one. Yeah. You can do it one side. You can do it two. You can do it two sides. This looks weird. I usually now leave this top a bit behind and then start working on the side on the side model, or at least the side of it, which you can do easily by sort of using / abusing the pull tool to get the jawline, which if you look at it from this side looks a bit weird, but you can edit it. If it doesn't become a meme, I don't know what is. No matter what you do, you can edit it. Ooh, this is actually okay. Didn't know that this aligns perfectly. Was totally meant. Ignore that it just happened. Yeah, just kidding. For some reasons, every time I do this to show other people's how to do this, I usually make better models. Oh, and I spotted a mistake, but that will be fixed by deleting the other side. And this is just me, and be honest if you agree, this looks more like a rat than a wolf right now. But at least we have a base going. Again, like sort of see this as a sketch, I think. You can pretty much combine this. So this is not like the final model. There will be tons of changes and edits throughout the whole thing. I think like even a lot of people will say that if I'm I'm going to sort of do a time skip, but I'm going to sort of work on this model offline as well, and I think a lot of people are going to say, okay, how did you do that? Because it's going to make like a giant skip somewhere. Oh, need to connect that later. Yeah, it looks. Oh no, I know what it looks like. What's the creature called again? An eye? Like that little small creature with the giant eyes. And it's deadly. But it's really cute. Yeah, I think when I finish smoothing out this bit, like it's going to take like tons of edits and edits and edits, and it's going to take. I think I'm going to start sounding like a broken record by now. It's going to take like a ton of editing and a ton of extra stuff here and there to make it. And if anybody has something to say, like, okay, you did it like that, but like any pointers, like I'm still learning myself. You say like, okay, you did it like that. Well, if you do it like this, it could be a bit easier. But yeah, I'm actually over my half-hour limit. Like there are some mistakes like here and there. I need to join those up, but that can always be done later when I combine the model again. But for now, I'm going to leave it at this. Next episode, we will make the actual pupils, and I think I will by then have like the back of the head ready, so we can start on the. I can make like the eyebrows. It still looks. I'm going to make it look that way. It looks weird. But I think by the next episode, we're going to have a finished head. Then we can start working on the body, which will go a bit quicker, to my experience, because the head takes like a ton of edits. Again, sounding like a broken record by now. And with a bit of luck, we will have a dancing model by Friday, which I'm going to aim for. I don't like giving myself deadlines, since I usually miss them, but for now, giving myself a deadline. By next Friday, I think we'll have a video on YouTube that with Dr. Wolf dancing to something. Don't know yet, because there's no motion for Uptown Funk. Well, yeah, thank you for watching. Until the next episode, and if you do this, please link. I do want to see. Janet!